After I had my son, my anxiety was getting really bad. I wasn't sleeping, I was trying to eat properly, but the wrong medications that I was on, my anxiety was getting worse and worse and worse and worse, to the point where I couldn't handle anything. And there was nobody really to reach out to except for Children's Aid, so I called the intake people and talked to them. And that was out of severe desperation, because I wouldn't want Children's Aid to be involved with me. The lady that I talked to on the phone, she said she knew about Safe Families, because the only other option was to put my son in a foster home.
I received a phone call from the Children's Aid Society informing me of a mother who had just had a son 3 weeks earlier, and she was really struggling and needed some support. She needed help not only with her son, but just a break while she was able to work on some of the health issues that she was going through. We were able to find her a host home, a family friend, and people who were able to rally around her, to love her through this time, to care for her son, and to help her back on her feet.
When Safe Families came into my life, I was very surprised by the amount of help that they were offering me. And it wasn't judgmental, it wasn't unnecessary in any way. It was very nice and caring. When Greg came to my house and he understood, how much I didn't want to be separated from my son. It was just amazing. He came to my door and he was helping me with the baby, and he was very understanding as a father himself.
As a host home, we had an infant with us, so we were able to just continue on with our daily routines and daily life. He just kind of joined in all our family activities. We took him to family birthday dinners, and we took him to a wedding, and he just was part of the family for those weeks that he was with us.
I was still kind of nervous about the whole thing for a little bit, but I just kept getting told, this is we're like your family, just treat us like your family.
On top of the mom getting support, we also had support given to us. The first night, I don't think I slept at all. The next night, we had our family coach come over, and she actually spent the night taking care of the baby so I could get to sleep and be functioning the next day.
I was very lucky because the host mother, she gave me her cell phone number and she texted me, and we got to talk about Toby. So it wasn't like Toby was gone and I couldn't see him or hear about him.
We were able to go to the doctor's appointments with the baby and birth mom just to get the information that we needed and make a connection with the mom.
Just amazing. They came and they helped me out, and Greg picked me up. We all went to the doctor and everybody got filled in on Toby. There were lots of practical things that Safe Families offered. When Greg came to my house and he came to my door and he was helping me with the baby, and then he's telling me I'm getting a family friend, and I'm like, I'm getting a family friend? Who? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I'm getting a friend too?
I was the designated family friend, and I didn't really know what that role entailed. But I thought, okay, I'll start and contact her and have coffee, and we sort of worked out, I think, the different schedules, what her needs were.
I got a lot of support from Itsuki too. She'd even bring us cupcakes, and I was like, wow, you're bringing me cupcakes? Thank you so much. That's very thoughtful.
If it's just making a pan of muffins and bringing them over and say, look, you know what, I'm here for you.
It's helpful to have someone care about the little things that you have to do, because they're not little.
I think as a church, we're called to take care of others, and so this is the perfect opportunity to show that love and to have an outlet to pour out Jesus' love on others.
It's a really good life experience to have, to work with other people. It's a really good way to step out there and perhaps be a little braver than we would be normally.
Greg had talked about it like a blanket kind of experience, or our circle, coming around the family, and it really was like that.
In working with Adrienne and her children, it made me more aware of generally all the needs around me.
My life is dramatically different now. The support I got from Safe Families has stayed with me in my heart. God really helped me not only to have Toby, but to have a situation where I could have a stronger, better family.
Safe Families is a very practical way to show biblical hospitality in the spirit of 1 Peter 4:9, and also to live out the royal law as mentioned in James of loving your neighbor as yourself. So if you're interested in getting more information about Safe Families, or better yet, volunteering with Safe Families, reach out to us today. Email us at london@safefamilies.ca.